Thank you, Phyllis. Good morning, Unity of Bloomington. Welcome. It's so good to see all of you. My name's Mary Ellen. I'll be your service leader today. And thanks to you joining us online. You are so welcome. Let's all take a breath and let it out with a sigh. Can we do that again? Go ahead and give your body a little shake. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your torso, shake out what you're sitting on, shake out your voice. Take a breath and let it out. So now that we are more present in our bodies, our theme for today is Celebrate the Journey, Embodying Divine Power. Let's speak our affirmation together today. I celebrate the journey of spiritual growth and divine embodiment. With each power awakened in me, I live with clarity, joy, and sacred intention. I am the living expression of divine mind, prosperous, powerful, and fully alive. This is my time to celebrate. And now I invite you to sing with us. You can stand if you'd like or stay seated. We're going to sing our welcome song, I Fairly Sizzle, with zeal and enthusiasm.
I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. Into my protoplasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith, 'cause I'm charged internally, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. With zeal and enthusiasm, it runs down from my head to my toes into my protoplasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith, 'cause I'm charged internally, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. Sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. If there's troubles or worries I face, I say now let me at 'em. And I spring forth with a mighty faith. I'm living life exuberantly, and I do the things that ought to be done by me.
Well, good morning. I'm going to invite you all to sit down for a minute. As you know, this is the time to release the children to go and be loved and educated, inspired, and have fun. But before we do that, Auden, please come forward. So Auden is this amazing young woman who has been a part of our children's ministry team. And then I heard some awful, awful news about her. And so why don't you share this horrible, horrible news?
I'm going to college.
Not only are you going to college, but
4 hours away.
But
Very soon.
with a full-ride scholarship. And so we obviously know how to pick them. We get the best of the best. And then people say, oh yeah, we want that. And so, Auden, I'm so proud of you. Just wow. Just wow. And thank you for your heart of service to our most precious gifts here, our children and tweens. So I will miss you. I'm happy for you. If you ever need anything, prayer, please, this is your home away from home. Let us know. You know how to get in touch with us. Go to unityandbloomington.org and you can get in contact with us. So let's just take a minute and extend our hands to this young woman and we are thankful for you, and we speak a blessing of favor, grace, and divine order, that everywhere you go, the doors that are meant to be open will fling wide open, and that you'll walk through them boldly. We put a hedge of protection around you and know that this is just the first step to many, many more beautiful things. And so it is.
It's been a privilege.
All right, so let's release children to the best of the best. I think she's going to need someone today. Auden, can Elsa be your helper today? Elsa can be your helper. And then who are my greeters today? Shira, will you please just every now and again go and check on them? Okay, and if you need someone to come down there fighting, come get Roy. We good to go with that? Come get Roy. All right, let's stand up and greet one another. And what a beautiful time. Think about the things we had to be thankful for. Gail needed help, and I wasn't prepared to help her, so Kathy came and helped me, and she said, I am so thankful for Kathy. And then she said, I'm thankful. And that touched my heart. What are we thankful for today? School's done started. I was over in Crogucciato's college. I was like, get out. I have 2 more weeks without you, right? We got these elementary school teachers here, bus drivers. How would we have gotten through school without those people? Let's be thankful for them. Principals, let's be thankful. And then greet each other with that love. Namaste. Oh, as we come to our time in prayer today, I just want us to remember, the teachers. I have family that are part of the school district up in Indianapolis. And my cousin literally, I don't know what happened. The kids were doing something, and the teacher just ran out crying. And, it was back in the day. I don't know what we could have done as kids to make our teacher cry. I mean, we got spankings where I went to school, so maybe that was the reason we didn't act that way. But then when my cousin tried to intervene, the kids were acting in such a horrible way that she walked out because, in her words, she wasn't trying to catch a case. Right? And so our teachers nowadays, let's hold space for them, for schools and their administration. Their budgets are being cut. You're asked to do more with less. And then you have kids that want to watch their phones instead. And so we have the work to do, right? This is for our future. So let's hold space for our schools, elementary, middle school, and high school, and then for our colleges. They're cutting funding there as well. My college years were some of the best years of my life. So let's hold space that people would value education and our educators. Let's hold space that parents who are not feeling supported in their own lives, not feeling loved in their own lives, can feel that way, can find community, so that way they can become a support for our educators. Let's hold the space. I'm a total nerd. If someone said, hey, we're going to pay you to be a full-time student, I'd run out this door so fast. Nah, because I'm spoiled here, so they'd have to have a lot more than that. But let's hold space. Let's hold space for this country. Yes, everyone wants to cut waste, and we probably need to save money, but I don't think we're going about it the right way, and that's my own personal opinion. I get nervous because my mom lives in Southern California, and if they raid a bus and she's on there, my mom's a tough broad, but y'all will see me in jail. I'm just letting you know, right? So let's hold space. And then the good things. I love looking at this love quilt, the foundation of the LeBeau family and love. We have so much good in this space. So much good. So much to be thankful for. So as we step into this sacred time of prayer, let's take a breath in and out. And with hearts open and spirits lifted, we give thanks for this sacred community. Each soul here is a beautiful expression of the divine. Together we celebrate the power within that guides, inspires, and frees us in every moment. We rest deep in the knowing that whatever our need, whatever challenge we may face, the wisdom, strength, and clarity to meet it already live within us. In this sacred space, we remember we are never without resources, never without hope, and never without love. We affirm divine order, trusting that all is unfolding in right timing and right placement, even when it looks like a hot mess. We awaken the zeal and enthusiasm, that vibrant spark that energizes our steps, and we embrace letting go, gently releasing what no longer serves us, so that we may open with arms wide open that which is new and ready for us. From this place of centeredness, we speak grace and love to the leaders of this beautiful city, of this magnificent state, and our majestic nation. We speak healing and connection to the people of this great nation, remembering always beyond appearances, we are one, we are one, we are one. Grateful, blessed, and ready, we move forward in the flow of spirit as one, and so it is.
Use the principles, I just need to believe. Use the principles, whatever I want to achieve. If I use the principles, without a shadow of doubt. When I use the principles, I know it all will work out. There's only so much that we can be taught. The proof of the learning is walking the walk. Connected to spirit, we then realize we see all around us with a new set of eyes. Use the principles, I just need to believe. Use the principles, whatever I want to achieve. If I use the principles, without a shadow of doubt. When I
Today's inspirational reading is from the Daily Word. Toward the end of his long life, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore famously wrote, "I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me." This story shows me that as a divine gift, zeal is always mine to call upon, no matter my age or the state of my life. It is the impulse that makes me eager to rise in the morning and gives me energy to get started on the day's tasks. It drives me to give the best of myself to those people and things I care about most. Zeal is quickening, enlivening energy that helps me feel the presence of God within and bring that presence to life in a way that only I can. I sizzle with zeal, with passion and enthusiasm. I live, love, and serve.
Let there be less of me, let there be more of thee, less of the human, more of the divine, less that belongs to me, more that is thine, more of God's nature, and less that is mine. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. Not personality, individuality, more of the Christ self shining through me. Teach me humility, let me your servant be. Give me serenity, selfless and free. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. Let there be less of me, less of me. Let there be more of thee, more of thee. Less of the human, more of the divine. Less of the human, more of the divine. Less of the human, more of the divine.
So very beautiful. Thank you so much. Now, what was this? Was the graphic right? Was that the song you guys were singing called Divine Order? Oh, okay. I just didn't remember hearing those words in there. I was like, all right. So 3 older ladies are talking about how devoted their sons are to them. The first one says, "My son got worried about me driving my old car. He couldn't stand the idea that it might break down. So he bought me a brand new Cadillac. What a loving son. That's nice, said another lady. But my son didn't like me having to schlep across town to see the grandkids. So he brought me an apartment right across the street from his family so I could see them all the time. Finally, the third lady says, my son goes and sees a hotshot therapist for $400 an hour, 3 days a week. And what does he talk about? Me! Not quite sure that's the flex she thinks it is, but we'll leave it at that. So this Sunday, we're stepping boldly into the powers of doing. Order, zeal, and elimination. And we had looked at those before. We talked about strength separately. And so today, using the construct from Divine Audacity, we're going to look at order, zeal, and elimination. And these are spiritual faculties that ignite action, fuel passion, and clear the way. Because again, yes, we're here to, community and to connect and love, but the whole point is to take that out into the world, to be different in how I interact, react, and communicate. That's what these gifts are for, these powers. And so how I do things in divine order, I do it based on my passion, and I release and make room. And so this is about the action part. One of the things that I've said so many times about traditional churches is that people go and they get fed, and they get fed, and they get fed, and they get fed. But if you've ever been around someone, if you're in a hospital who kept eating and never came out, it's going to come out one way or the other. So they're either just throwing up, right? So you think, why are people just throwing up their dogma and their beliefs? And right? Because they haven't processed it. They haven't integrated it. Right? Or it comes out in another way, and I'll leave it at that. So this is an opportunity for us to get fed, to get that energy, to get that spirit, to get that community, to get that love, and then we take it out. So when we're interacting with people, when we're talking with people, when I'm being in the grocery store, that what they're seeing is my divine audacity. And so what is it about? How do we do it? So it's simple. Nike let us know long ago. Just do it. All right? Don't have a plan, It's like, what is the best way to pray? Just do it. Well, when I want to meditate, just do it. Well, how do I be more loving? Just do it. Right? Sometimes I think we just make it too complicated. Right? If you came with a piece of pound cake, I'm not going to be like, what is the most proper way for me to consume this product? Okay, I'll be like, yeah, what you say? Yeah, right? Right? Just do it. So why is it then when applying these spiritual principles, we want to get all intellectual and, try to do physics and chemistry and just do it? People need love. People need a peaceful presence. People need to know that they can release and let go. So when you're talking with someone and they want to bring up that thing that happened 20 years ago and you say, you know what? That was an awful time. But right now, right here, all is well. And I move forward knowing that's the case. Right? This is about making a difference. And no one can tell what you're thinking, right? It's like, I'm having all these loving and kind thoughts, and I'm just being so supportive and communicate. I only know that when your actions let me know that. Like, I was just watching baby girl over here, little Marlo. She was having a blast. Okay, is Marlo thinking, I want to be joyful and express myself? No, she's just dancing and having a good time, right? I think sometimes we got to get back to that child spirit. I'm happy, I'm going to dance, I'm going to move. I was telling Lily last week, I said, Leanne was getting the Holy Ghost up here with Little Light of Mine. I thought if we sung it a few more times, she probably was going to come up out of that seat, right? But it's that joy, it's that move, it's that we got to be different. So how do I do it? Just do it. And so that's the divine invitation to come to this space and do it. We're not waiting for permission. We are aligning with our inner truth and moving forward with trust, with passion, and with power. So we've got 3 powers of doing to talk about today. The first one is divine order. So this is about trusting the flow and acting with clarity. Order is our power to align what it is for us to do, to see the pieces come together, and to move with grounded faith. This is from the Daily Word. I am a part of the divine order of the universe. I affirm order in all things. I trust in the law of divine order and the goodness of God. I have faith, my good is unfolding, and all is well. You know, Mary Ellen be using her little magical video gifts, and so I'm on Facebook, and then I'm like, why am I watching a video of myself talking, right? But she was using that concept of love. She said, you know, when she wants to feel in despair and all just monster about what's happening, she remembers that love is the foundation. And then I act from there. I can be angry, but still act from a place of love. And then to move in divine order. Can you see the order in the chaos? Can you become that divine order in the chaos? Right? Again, this is about acting in a way that can transform a situation. Maybe you're the transformation agent. Not maybe, you are the transformation agent, right? We are the transformation agent. So this is that opportunity that in the midst of a mess, can you still bring order? I don't want to go into all the details, but Gail and I had a visit with her doctor here, her oncologist here. She has a specialist up in Indianapolis. I left that meeting in tears, traumatized. His basic attitude was, well, this stuff's not working, so we're going to go to palliative care and hospice. And I'm like, I'm not ready to lose her. I can't, I'm just like, so I got outside that hospital and I said, don't be talking mess at the church that you don't do yourself. So I got home and I said, all is well. I know that this is a divine journey and all things are ordered for my highest good. I took a breath in and then I said, ChatGPT, right? And then we just let the doctor know, her specialist, this is what happened. We weren't happy with that. Is this the case? Right? And divine order. And we got up there to meet with him. It was like, no, Gail's in a tough spot, but we got options. We good to go. And we both walked out, their heads held high. Right? But again, her and I had to defer. All is well. Even if what that doctor was saying was accurate, all is well. And that is the path. The divine order. That's the route we were going. We were going to do it from a place of faith, knowing that it's not over till it's over. And so that's how you make a difference, is seeing the order, even in the mess, or you and I are going to bring that order. In the book, Divine Audacity, we're reminded that order is the capacity to create harmony out of chaos, to arrange our thoughts, feelings, and actions in alignment with spiritual truth. So it's not about being perfect and, I'm always spiritual and okay. No, I'm telling you, I was in tears during that visit. And I was ready to fight. But I thought, okay, I don't think it's going to be good to beat up the doctor, right? Because I'm feeling fearful and weak and out of power. But I brought all that back, my power, by taking that breath, by saying, I know that this is divine order. And if that's her path, she's going to have me till day 0. Right? And then we got on that portal and told the doctor he didn't know a thing. I had to tell the doctor everything that's happened to Gail in the last month. He hadn't even looked at her chart. But yet you're going to pronounce this is the end of the story? Right? I said he is very lucky that Gail was raised by Maddie Hunter and that I was raised by Donna Johnson. Because if we had a different set of parents, I would be video chatting with you guys from, you guys have a jail here? You guys have a jail? So anyway, I'm making fun of something that was very traumatizing for me in the moment, but I use my spiritual principles, right? If everything's hidey and it's so lucky, how do I use those principles? But it's when the metal hits the road, am I able to step into my power, see the divine order? When we wake up, we are ordering our lives, whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously. We make choices. restructure our time. This is the invitation to trust that as we turn within, as we choose to live in alignment, that those choices are guided by spirit, not fear, not ego, not urgency, but clarity and truth. If you go to any Pentecostal church, you're going to hear this verse, 1 Corinthians 14:4. Let all things be done decently and in order. So before we move forward in any area of our lives, is this being done in decently and in order? Right? Because I'm coming into chaotic or fearful energy, that's what I'm getting ready to create. But if I'm bringing the tools of trust, of faith, of divine knowing, and then move and act in that energy, I'm creating from my divine order power. So let's take a breath in and out and hear this affirmation. I trust divine order. I act with confidence and clarity. So let's talk about our next power, which is zeal. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. He was 90 when he wrote that, right? It's not like someone who's 20 that wrote that. A 90-year-old man said, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. Zeal is our divine enthusiasm. It's that inner spark. It's that quickening that says, I'm here, I'm ready, and let's go. It's not about busyness. It's not about, I'm doing stuff, look at me. It's a sacred vitality. It's a willingness to show up in life with passion and power, not just eat, sleep, work, poop, and repeat. Right? It's more than that. Was I not supposed to say poop? Right? Everybody poops. If you don't poop, you're in a whole different problem, right? So, right, Palin, right? So I'm just saying this. She'll let you know you better be pooping and better look a certain way, right? Right? But again, is that what your life's all about? I get up, I go to work, I eat, I go back to sleep? No. That's what everyone else is doing. We need to have some zeal and enthusiasm, a sacred vitality that brings life to everything that we do. Zeal is the fire that animates our doing. Without zeal, we're just acting from obligation. With zeal, we move from a space of inspiration. It's not about the hype. It's joy directed. Zeal is joy in action. And let's see this quote. We've already sang it, but I want to honor Charles Fillmore. I fairly sizzle with zeal, energy, and enthusiasm, eager to do that which ought to be done by me today. Who needs your hug today? Who needs a kind word? Who needs a smile? Who needs just your presence? Right? They're probably waiting for you in Kroger South. I was over at Kroguchi the other day. Dan, I love you, but I'm not going over to that store too much more. It's just too big. But even in there, people smiling and happy. I'm like, y'all happy to see me? I don't even know. I'm happy to see y'all in the store too, right? We're just happy in the grocery store. That's love, that's life. That's part of this community. That's one of the things I love about living here. Such a kind and gracious energy. I think many of us are like, well, Minnassa, you can talk all that talk, but, I am, insert your age. Okay. At 90, so if you're 90, we'll cut you some slack. If not, this is you. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. And we can do it too. Here's our affirmation for this part. I say yes to life, and I show up with energy and purpose. Saying yes to life. Our last power today is elimination or release. I release and realign with grace. The power of letting go. I think that for so many people, surrender or letting go appears to be a weakness. But that is the true power, to be able to say, I have all these things, all these weights, and I choose in my power to release what is not for my highest good. That's a power move right there. And so releasing, letting go of thoughts, habits, relationships, expectations. That's me right here. This is how I get disappointed. I have expectations of everything. It's going to happen at this time. It's going to happen this way. And then it's like, did you not read my mind and get the outline from me about how this was supposed to go? I got to release those expectations and release the fears. Elimination or release is the divine no that makes room for our most sacred yes. Are you ready for that yes to come into your life? You got to say no to some things. No need to be stuck in what happened yesterday. Being present to today opens us up to what Spirit is doing right now. All I could have, I should have, I had what, Kate? It's behind you. You know that very saying, there's a reason the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield, because you don't need to see so clearly because you're not going in that direction. But you need a big windshield in the front because you are moving forward. And that's the concept of elimination. Let me release what's behind me and move forward with a clear vision. Elimination is not just about decluttering your closet. I love it, that lady who said, what was that woman talk about? I decluttered with joy or let go of stuff. And then she had a baby and all of a sudden all that went out the window, right? When you have kids, you got all the time in the world. Right, so it's not about decluttering your closets. That's good to do. Yeah. Dan, you were here. I don't know if y'all saw what it was like downstairs for the rummage sale. I had never seen so much stuff in my life. I was almost in tears. Right? So come on and declutter your closets, but it's more than that. True elimination or releasing is decluttering what's in our minds, pulling up those weeds so that the flowers can bloom of joy, of love, of our aspirations and our hopes. Those things have room to grow. Decluttering our emotions and our spiritual practices. Say, well, yeah, I meditate for 15 minutes every day. Okay, well, maybe if you meditate, right? Why? Because I read in a book that's what I was supposed to do. All right, let's just let go of that. And let Spirit invite you. Maybe a 5-minute time. I've had some amazing 30 and 45-minute meditations. Right? But sometimes you got to get in that car, take that breath, and that 1-minute meditation sets you straight. Right? Declutter the practice and be open to the Spirit. Rumi reminds us, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. Letting go is not loss. It is sacred release. It is trust in motion. The divine invitation is to just do it. Right? But we did it on the foundation of the other powers, standing strong on our faith, knowing that we have the power, that we have the will, and then we come to this capacity of doing things. It's not here just to dream, but we are here to move with intention, with passion, and with wisdom. We're not stuck, and we're not waiting. The divine invitation is step forward. Just do it. So make that call. Take that step. Speak your truth. Release the fear. Come into, Leanne, what's my favorite? Alignment. Come on, Tana, I'm waiting for you. There you go. Come into alignment. And then what you do, fuel it with love. And then let it go with grace. The power of doing activates our life purpose. Just think about your favorite book. What if the person never wrote it? They, never published it. They're like, this is a good idea, but, well, I'm just hoping that some door will open. I'll just send this out information. No, someone had to move forward. You have your favorite song. Someone had to do it. Whatever your favorite thing is, someone had to do it. And now it's the time for us to do it, to live our principles. All right, so bring up our congregational affirmation. I want to give everyone a chance to read it. And if you are in alignment with this, let's say it together. I choose, I commit, I am willing, I align with divine will and celebrate the journey. And so it is.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I feel all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself, I find God, I find myself.
So beautiful, thank you. The time for action begins in the silence, in a small space, in a quiet space, in a sacred space. So as we step into this sacred space, let's take a breath in and out. And today we're going to center in the powers of doing. Let's take a breath in again and out. And we center in divine order flowing through our lives, arranging people, opportunities, and circumstances for your highest good. When we step into the silence, make room for that. Now imagine Zeal as a warm golden light in your heart, radiating outward, energizing every cell, every thought, every step you take. And then let's take a breath in again, and with a gentle exhale, releasing what no longer serves, old habits, limiting beliefs, or heavy emotions. Feel the spaciousness that follows. Make room in the silence for joy, peace, and possibility. As we go into that space together, know that we are aligned, we are energized, and we are free in this sacred and silent space. I am aligned. I am energized. I am free. Take a breath in and out. Come back into this sacred space with the knowing that you are the flow of divine order, the warmth of zeal, and the power to make space as you release. And so it is.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
We prepare now to show our gratitude for what we continue to receive. There are several ways to contribute to Unity of Bloomington. Checks or cash are always welcome, or you can use the text to give button on the screen or the donate button on the website. As the offering bags are passed, you may want to bless the bags and their contents. And if you're new to us, please fill out one of the blue visitor forms in the pocket of the chair in front of you with your first impressions. Prayer request forms and the QR code to sign up to be a greeter are also available in the pocket. All of these forms may be dropped into the offering bag as it is passed. The greeters, please come forward. And now let's speak our abundance affirmation together. I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God within is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release
thank you greeters, you can come back up. And now together, let's say our offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Thank you, thank you. We have a few announcements. A celebration of life service for Dennis Duvali will be held here in the chapel this Saturday, August 16th at 1 o'clock. And Reverend Minnassa.
So we will be participating in a community-wide book read for the book Cracking the Healer's Code, a prescription for healing racism and finding wholeness. So if you remember, after the election of the current president, there was some feelings, and so Joni and I stood in front of this congregation and talked about how people were feeling and that there were some books. And so this is one of the books that we talked about, and then the Bloomington Multi-Faith Alliance, I shared this book with them, and then they ended up loving it. And so it'll be a community thing we'll do together, and we'll do something here. It's all in planning, but their kickoff is for September 7th, but more details to come. And so I will say that I have many friends, but I have two amazing friends. Kara, I went to junior high and high school with her. Beautiful, just beautiful family. And then my friend Dolly that lives in Wisconsin, don't you know? Two of the most liberal, loving, beautiful white women I know. And I say white for a reason. I would trust my life to them. I trust Gail's life. I trust my mama's life to them. I mean, literally, Kara picked my mother up from the airport when she got home in LA. These women found this book challenging, right? Because liberals oftentimes want to point their finger at those hicks in the South, and if they were okay, but there's more of y'all. So let's get that healing going, and then we can come in alliance together. So you may want to do some research on it. I think it's an amazing book. It is a loving book, and so more information to come. You know, the person that plants the tree may not see it blossom. And when you plant the flowers, you may not see it bloom. The vision for our sound booth has been a long time coming. It's a vision that has been held, created, prayed for, the intention set long before I got here. People wanting to professionalize our tech team. And that intention, those prayers, are coming to life. And so we talked about it at the annual meeting, and we put it in our budget. And I'm asking you, along with the leadership team, is that if you are able to bring additional support for this great project, let's bring this dream to life. Let's show Seb and Andy that we honor their skills, and we want to provide them a space to work, a professional space. And so even if you can add additional $25 every time you give, that would be a blessing. Anything else, Jonna, Phyllis, or Joni, that you'd like to add to that? Yeah, this is amazing. If you go into any church, you probably can't find their tech booth. All right, it's in the back, it's hidden. At Unity of North Atlanta, they're up. Their booth is up. And so this is a way to continue to improve our chapel, to step into the next move that we need to make to enhance our virtual footprint. And so I thank you and ask that you go within your heart and see how you can give, I can give, we can all do more. All right, Mary Ellen, come and save me from all these. Everyone's got like a gloomy look on their face, but if we didn't have the microphones, you wouldn't be feeling so gloomy, right? Or if the video's not working, right? So I know it's like, folks like, oh God, she's asking for money. But again, right? When you go to the grocery store, you can't be like, listen, I'm a cute person, so that's how I'm gonna pay for these groceries. They're like, yeah, no, where's your money, right? And so as cute and wonderful as we are and amazing as this community, that tech booth's gonna cost some pennies and dimes and nickels and quarters and dollars too. So let's invest in us right? Say yes to us. Say yes to taking our next step, and yes to professionalizing our amazing tech managers.
Thank you. Take a breath and let it out. Give your body a little shake. I would like to personally invite all of you to Interplay. Next month in September, we'll have 2 events here in the chapel. And for those of you who haven't tried it, I'd like you to know that Interplay is a community-based creative arts practice using things we do every day, such as talking, moving, making sounds, having stillness. We do a lot of shaking, connecting with ourselves, connecting with each other. We're claiming some intentional space for play and to cultivate our own innate body wisdom. This is the stuff that gives me so much zeal and enthusiasm, and I'm just so excited to share it with you. So we'll gather here in the chapel on the first Wednesday, September 3rd from 1 to 2, and the third Saturday, September 20th, from 10:30 to noon, and I'm so excited about this interfaith book study of the book by Milagros Phillips, Cracking the Healer's Code, A Prescription for Healing Racism and Finding Wholeness. We're gonna play with the material from this book on the third Saturdays from September to December. So if you're reading this book, or if you don't wanna read this book, just come and experience a little of the material. We're gonna do it in a loving, gentle way to help create our own education and awareness about this. It's so important. So I invite you in a loving way to come play with me. And I think that's about it. So let's join together in saying our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let's join together in our hands and sing our peace song.